Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Data Sim live stream. Today it's the 28th of November 2023. It's 3 minutes past 8 in the evening. We're back in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the one and only Avro Vulcan. Now, this is the usual sort of content we have on this channel. We don't often fly military aircraft, but I've been wanting to fly this as soon as it's been released. JustFlight sent me a pre-release copy a few days ago. I've been very busy at work. The aircraft was only released today, and they sent me their latest copy as well, the one that you can fly if you so wish to purchase it. It's an amazing add-on. The sounds, I've seen this aircraft fly before it was last flight when I was a teenager. It made my heart shake, my whole body shake as well. It's an absolute aviation icon, one of the original V-bombers as well. Built and designed probably nearly 80 years ago, but still to this day, if it was still flying, it has incredible performance, and I've got an epic flight lined up for you today. We're in Doncaster Sheffield. Unfortunately, this is now closed, but this is the home of the last flying Vulcan, X-Ray Hotel 558. You can actually still see it do ground taxi runs to this day, but this aircraft has been faithfully recreated by the team at JustFlight. I use the term study level lightly, but it has every switch modelled. It has realistic flight dynamics. It's an absolute beast. I first downloaded it a few days ago. It's taken me hours and hours and hours to get comfortable with it. I am by far no expert, but I can at least get this aircraft from A to B. We'll be departing Doncaster and flying to, I don't even know where we're going now. I've already forgotten. Where are we going? Lossiemouth in Scotland. Flight time of around an hour and 20 minutes because we've got an epic routing plan for today. We're going to take in some sights and sounds of England and Scotland. Lake Windemere, Loch Ness. We're going to fly right over the top of Edinburgh. It's around 350 nautical miles as well. We're going to have some good fun. Low level pretty much the entire way. We'll have a look at the performance of the aircraft as well. And the sounds of this add-on are the best sounds I've ever heard, bar none. I mean, the Phoenix 747-200 is epic, but we've got the Vulcan HOW with this variant, X-Ray Hotel 558, which has the 201 engines. Again, I'm no Vulcan expert, but we're going to have a lot of fun today in this aircraft as well. Peter Green, are you going supersonic? Well, I think the aircraft could go supersonic in a dive, but routinely it wouldn't go supersonic. But I think the maximum speed level flight is Mach 0.9. It's no slouch, and it's an absolute gas guzzler. Burns so much fuel. But yeah, it's a really realistic add-on. I have not learned anywhere near the amount of stuff I'd like to learn about this aircraft, but I can get you from A to B, hopefully in one piece. I've crashed it a few times in some test status, but we'll be all good today, I hope. But yeah, what an epic add-on it is. And look at the exterior model as well. This is, as I said, X-Ray Hotel 558, the last aircraft that flew. This was part of the Vulcan Return to the Skies, which unfortunately ended, I think it was in 2015 as well. But loads of awesome videos of this aircraft online if you want to learn more about it. Anyway, Brendan, he says, how does one enter the Vulcan? What enters underneath here? Is the hatch. Look, they've got all of the stickers that are on the aircraft, or decals as well, from when the aircraft last flew, from the return to the flight team. But yeah, it's absolutely stupendously good, this add-on. We'll have a look at the exterior model later on and in flight. I'll be hand flying the whole way. It does have a very rudimentary autopilot, but we'll be hand flying, as I said. I want to learn how to fly this aircraft a bit there. Anyway, here we go here, chat. Rick, he says, get you from A to B, so it's an Airbus. Yeah, pretty much. Listen a minute, how long would an engine change last this thing? Absolutely no idea. Oh, and it's got nukes. Yes, I mean, this was designed originally in the 50s to be as part of the atomic atom. What's the word I'm looking for? To drop the atomic bomb. This is what it could carry, the blue steel missile as well. Matt Johnson, hope you're doing well. Stuart Lindell's in chat as well. Peter says, hello everyone, great company as always, while studying for ATPL exams. Very good luck with you. Hope you're doing well. Robbie, it's nice catching up with you earlier. Tim Waters is here. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Nice to see you here in chat this evening. When will Alpaca Airways acquire a Vulcan? Oh, it's part of our fleet arm, Air Fleet arm, Domino Mocino. You know, we're hired by third-party countries for their air force. You know, we'll add it to the fleet shortly. I can't help but recall Bernard in Westminster thinking Lossiemouth was a kind of dog food. Brilliant. Yes, well, Lossiemouth is the home of one of the QRA RAF bases, I think. So they've got Eurofighters based up there at the moment, though. So that's pretty cool. Piercing Duo, it's a cool jet. I know. I mean, look at it. I mean, I've got my drone cam set to a bit of a high speed here, but have a look at this. What an iconic shape what was it, the Victor, the Valiant and the Vulcan were the 3 V bombers, weren't they? And there's a very famous video, I think it's of a Valiant, was it? Or no, a Victor bomber which accidentally flew years ago on a taxi run, which is quite famous. It looks absolutely epic. I mean, it's classic design of aircraft in the 50s and 60s in the UK. I mean, the UK were spitting out aircraft left, right and centre post-war, and this is one of the most iconic aircraft as well. I think it had RAF service right until the 90s as well. Stuart, I'm 99% sure Doncaster will open again next year. That's good news. I was sort of reading about it. Are they trying to find funding or something like that? I mean, it was a good little airport. I think I flew into it when I was doing my hour building years ago. But yeah, Wizz Air and TUI were operating. Wizz Air pulled out and TUI were the last operators there. I wish we had a Victor and Valiant too. No doubt we might see one in the sim, but this is the most iconic Vulcan bomber. The V-bomber, the one that everyone remembers. Anyway, let's jump on into the aircraft and just show you around the cockpit. I'll just turn the music down here slightly as well. I mean, look at it. The detail the team at JustFlight have gone into. Every single button does something. Every single button is modelled. Classic JustFlight. It comes with an extremely comprehensive manual as well. So let me just have a quick show of the manual here. Now, I actually was following this when I started flying it. It's got systems guidance. I mean, it's 156 pages. They've got a tutorial flight, so if you purchase it, you can load in the flight plan, and then you can follow the guidance there. I've actually found and discovered the checklist. Someone has gone to the effort of making sure that every single checklist, if you can't find a switch, you can press the button and it will highlight it for you. So I'm going to be using that today. But yeah, it's absolutely epic, this manual. It tells you how to fly it from A to B. It's all you need here. JustFlight always make very detailed manuals with all of their add-ons, and this is really, really good. So yeah, I'll be following that. As I said at the start, I am no Vulcan expert. I'll be lots of mistakes. The electrical panel, I'm still getting my head around, because you have to attach this bus bar and do this, so that I'm doing it completely wrong, but I can get electrical power. At least, as I said, get you from A to B is all I'm planning on doing today. Stream frozen, should be all good here. Let's have a little look here if it's still working. Looks all good here. Elliot, I don't know if you're having any issues your side, but all A-OK on my screen. But yeah, just showing you around here. The detail is absolutely phenomenal. The team at JustFlight have had access to a real Vulcan in the development process of this. I think even every switch and sound on this aircraft has been recorded from the real aircraft, which is absolutely phenomenal, the detail they've gone into. Anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about the flight I've got planned for you today. I enjoy these sort of streams because I can sort of conjure up something a bit differently. So here we are, here's the United Kingdom. We're flying all the way up to Scotland, up to Lossiemouth. Flight should take us around just about hour and 20 minutes or so. Departing from Doncaster, then we'll be flying conventionally, no GPS. I'll be utilising Navigraph in the background, but I've learned how to use VOR navigation in this aircraft. It's very rudimentary, very different to what we're used to in sort of aircraft in the late 20th century and beginning of the 21st century. But we've got VOR navigation, then this bit's visual. We're going to cross all the way over to Lancaster here, across Morecambe Bay, and here's Lake Windemere, famous for Peter the Rabbit. I was only on holiday here 3 weeks ago, so we're going to cross over Lake Windemere, low level, 500 feet. We're going to then climb up to Dean's Cross, then continue northbound towards Tallaght, right over the top of Edinburgh Airport. Okay, so right over the Edinburgh Airport, the Forth Road Bridge, off to the left hand side up to Perth, and then we'll make a sharp turn left. We're then going to go right past Ben Nevis, which is the tallest mountain in Scotland and the United Kingdom. I think it's around here. We'll look out for it. Crossing up to Fort Augustus, and then Loch Ness, all the way to Inverness, and then onwards to Lossiemouth. An epic route. I am offline today, just to have a bit of fun with the aircraft, see what it has to do. But we're going to hand fly it as well. We're going to have a lot of fun. Is this variant with the Olympus 201 engines for the sexy Howl Crimson Ghosts? Absolutely. Well, I was very fortunate for JustFlight to send this over this morning, because their earlier build had only the 301 engines, which doesn't have the Howl in real life. But this is the 201. With a slightly different sized intake, I think smaller, which gives that iconic Vulcan howl, which it's best known for as well. Loch, no, sorry Rick, Loch, not Loch, my apologies. Can we do a low pass over Loch Ness? We will do. We'll go down to 500 feet with the radio altimeters, or even lower perhaps. Excellent, right, so as I said, I'm not an expert. I've tried to do the setup without this, but I'm making too many mistakes. And when I first got it, I just couldn't get the engine started. I couldn't get the flight controls powered, but I am following this checklist. It's helping out a lot. I'm not going to expose myself for the ready to start. We're going to do it properly, as best as I can, but I might have to make some gaps if I'm not sure what's going on. Please follow the guidance from JustFlight, and they're going to have some tutorials, I think, coming out at some point as well. Thank you, Hooch. Welcome, Rick. Every time I say Loch, you'll have to correct me. Right, let's do the internal check. So I'm going to crank up the sounds here in Microsoft Flight Simulator because, as I said, every single switch, the audio's been recorded from the real aircraft here. So the first thing, you press this and it goes to an electrical panel. Now this is located, I think, below the flight deck. They've only got the panel modelled, but it is modelled very accurately indeed. We just want to verify we've got no electrical power at the moment. The ejector seat pins, again, you just have to press the lie icon and it will show you exactly where to find them. Lee, thank you very much. 28 months as a member. This is going to be good. Thank you for keeping your YouTube fresh and content engaging whilst life and work is busy for you. Yes, I've been incredibly busy. Just finished 5 days in the sim. My grandmother, bless, is not very well at the moment, so I went to go see her today, which is really nice for her, really comforting, and good to be back now and doing something a bit different. So thank you very much for popping in. So ejector pins, we will leave in place. I should think these need to be stowed in flight or prior to departure or prior to getting the engine started. Let's get the oxygen on. We'll turn off this. The oxygen's here, so Jim and I can breathe. There we are, straight away. You can hear noises. Alright, battery is going to now come on. This is on the electrical panel. So the aircraft actually has four crew members. The captain, the first officer,
40,
whatever they call
30,
them, an airborne electrical
20,
officer and an airborne navigator as well. Thank you very much, Paul, for the £5.58.
Hi boss. Does it have the capability to start all 4 engines at once like they used to do in Scramble?
We're going to do it for Paul Emerson. Thank you very much for the £5.58. We're going to do the rapid start, it's called, with all 4 engines. Absolutely. Nothing else. Thank you for your donation, sir. Tim, thanks for the 48 months. Spent many weekends at the Midlands Air Museum as a youngster with my dad, going in and out of the Vulcan cockpit. Many happy memories. Awesome, Tim. Nice to see you here as well. Hope you're doing well. It's an awesome aircraft, and I was fortunate enough to see it live fly as well. Amazing. Thanks, guys. Right, battery on. There we are. We've got some electrical power onto the aircraft. Non-essential trips reset checked. So I think you're going over here to make sure anything... Oh no, this one... The great thing is, look, if you're not sure, press it and it'll tell you what to do. So we move this to trip. I think you make sure that these go... Yeah, these go inline now, so you do that there. External 28 volts. So we're going to get the ground power connected, and the... However you pronounce this, I don't know. It's a small... I think it's a small jet engine in it, what I can only describe as a GPU car, but it's to provide air for the aircraft as well. We've got the airshow configuration installed as well, so let's get the ground power and Paloosed? I really don't know, but here it is connected. You can hear it spalling up already, but this provides external air for the engine start process, so you can hear that booting up. I mean, look at this external model. Loch, cheers, Rick. Amazing. So you can hear that booting up. All these sounds have been recorded. There we are. So that's booted up. So that's on, and we then go to the electrical panel, which is a little. You can either use this click spot here, or you can press some other bolts as well. So you can see the voltage is now increased to 28 volts, which is good. Alternators for the engines are all off at this stage. Rack field switch is normal and guarded. That's over here, so that's normal and guarded. The AAPP is the Airborne Auxiliary Power Plant. I think it's like an APU. So you just check the start panel. You open up the LP cock, do the fire warning test, make sure the light illuminates, oxygen switch to the off position, fuel level high, master switch off. We'll start that shortly. Ensure the auxiliary AVS and face blower master switches are set to off. They are over here by the captain's side and over here in Jim's side, I think. Oh no, it's only that. It's over there somewhere. See what I mean? You've got to really move your head around the cockpit. They are in the off position. The PFC is the powered flight controls, so they're all controlled here. So after engine start, we're going to push these in and start the powered flight controls. All the lights will then extinguish. That took me a while to work out. Test flights. Main warning light should be on, so it's a bit like the 737. So you've got the master caution light here in yellow. That's the main warning light. and then that will illuminate when these lights down here are on as well. These sounds are incredible. They are really, really good, Aaron. Elliot, sounds like Concorde. I know they're both. What are these Rolls-Royce engines as well? I can't remember what they're called. Osprey. I can't remember. Brandon, thanks for the 31 months, buddy. If you're not sure, press it. Flight Deck Sim. I shall try this in the 737. Wish me luck. Pretty much the attitude I'd take moving forward. Thank you very much, Brandon, for your continued support as a member. Brilliant. Back when a valve was called a male chicken. No comment. Right. Main warning lights both on. Reminder MI 3 white. So these are these 3 white lights here. They're mechanical indicators, so they're actually like a physical plastic switch. I mean, we have that on the 73 with the EEC alternate guards. Bomb release safety lock. That's in the locked position. Bomb doors emergency is in normal and guarded. TFR is terrain following radar. That switch is in the off position. Direct to horizon. So here's the attitude indicator, which again is a very unique design. Don't see it on modern aircraft. We've got the failure flags, which you expect. The air brake switch, which this aircraft is very iconic for. That's simply operated by this little flap lever here. We have no hydraulics on here, but there's no flaps on this aircraft. The flap controls in Microsoft Flight Simulator control the speed brake here, which we'll be using today. DI switch to low, which is over there. It's in the low position. We'll check the light works. The AAPP auxiliary or airborne auxiliary power plant is shut, indicating, which is down there. Yeah, there's the shut button. AVS master switch closed, which is down there. 200 volt supply. Confirmed 200 volt supply is powering the aircraft. This can be either by external power, which we're using. And now the checklist gets you to start the auxiliary power plant. I don't think it's necessarily done at this stage, but I am going to start it because I just want to follow this checklist just to make sure I can actually get the flipping thing started as well. Same. I mean, they're the same engine as Concorde without the reheat. I had no idea. Wow, I did not know that. I thought they were like an older version of the Rolls-Royce. Wow, amazing. I'm guessing they didn't model dropping bombs? What? Model dropping bombs? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. No aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim, I think, can't do that. Anyway, let's start this airborne auxiliary power unit. So we'll go over to the electrical panel. Master switch to on. Start button press. This took me ages to work out how to do. There's like a little guard, and then you push this down. There we are. So we're now starting this AAP. I don't know where it's housed, but you can hear it. Can you hear it? That's spoiled a bit. Oh, it's someone's birthday. Happy birthday, Matthias Jacobson. Nice to see you here, buddy. Thank you very much for popping in on your birthday. There we are. Well, we started the AAPP. You can see the temperature's just under 700 degrees. 8 pounds PSI of air, I could guess. Right, indications normal. AAPP button on. There we are, so that's now got in line. 115 volt transformers, check on. There we are. So I think that's now powering those alternators. VHF and UHF. Now, the radio panel here, you can use this table to set VOR frequencies. Now, it's very complicated. You can also turn on the Microsoft Flight Sim tooltips, so you can actually see what nav frequency you have tuned. What I actually do is use this. It's sort of cheating, but it is a bit easier. But I also have the Logitech radio tuning panel, so that's even better.
All good.
Hello.
But where is the tray table? Smiley face. Go FD2S.
Thank you very much. Where is the tray table? Unbelievable. I don't think the guys that flew these had tray tables or the thinking to design tray tables into it, but maybe there is one somewhere. I just don't know about it. Oh yes, the JustFlight team are here. Nice to see them here. I think they'll be popping in and out. If you have any questions for the dev team, feel free to ask them in chat. We might not be able to get to them, but leave them in the comments as well, because I know JustFlight do jump into the comment section to answer any questions as well. One thing I wanted to discuss was the price of this aircraft as well. It's $27.99, which I think is really reasonable for the amount of detail you get with this aeroplane. I think they could have happily charged more, people would have got it, but I think it's going to have a much wider audience. 28 quid. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I will be purchasing a voucher for one lucky subscriber. At the end of the stream, I will run a giveaway as I do, and then we'll hand out a voucher, or I'll hand out a voucher for you to get this amazing add-on as well. But it is now available, which is amazing. Excellent. So, yes, I'm not using the radio. I'm very fortunate to have the radio tuning panel in front of me to tune nav aids, which I'll be using today. Bomb door normal controls correspond, so the bomb bay is currently open, and we'll leave that in the open position. Alt 7B check. So this is the radio altimeter. So to check this, you have to turn it on. Set the limit selector to 50 feet. So 50 feet. Select test. And then you can see the radio altimeter here. I think we have to put that range to 500. And then you can see at the top corner there, when I press test, look, you'll see it jumps up slightly, so it says make sure it reads between 55 and 75 feet, which it does, and then we can turn it back off, and we'll be using that today in flight. Compasses are synchronised, so the compass is down here, and we'll leave it set to compass today as well. I'll press B to set my altimeters. We're not live time, we are 8 hours behind live time, but we are live weather. The weather is actually really nice over England. In Lossiemouth it's a bit windy, a bit cloudy. I'll keep it on live weather so long as I'm VMC, and we'll see if we have to dive below the cloud, we'll do it. But yeah, I'll try and stay live weather unless I absolutely have to turn it off. But we'll see what the weather's like in Lossiemouth a little bit later. So the altimeters are set, port beam compass is checked. This took me ages to work it out, but it's moved to north at the moment, and this is actually your current heading. So our current heading is 342 degrees, and as you turn, this moves around. And to set a radial, you have to click and then rotate it. And I'll show you now. We'll preset this and looking at the charts. We're going to fly direct to Pole Hill inbound 293. So what I'm going to do is hold that in, set the radial to 293, and when the radial comes alive with the VOR, it's really difficult for me to explain because it works completely differently to a HSI. When it comes alive, you get the conventional fly left, fly right, and then you just simply keep pointing this inbound to the radial, not allowing for any drift here, but it does work really well. And this is the DME. The DME is a rotary gauge, absolute balmy. But yeah, we'll have a look at what's going on. Yes, snow is forecast, unbelievable. Let's see what happens there. So yeah, that's the HSI on this aircraft. Standby artificial horizon will erect. The terrain following radar lights are checked. It's great. You can press it, tells you what to do, and then you can highlight the lights as well. I'm meant to be pushing all these lights to make sure they're working. LP fuel cocks. Yes, this was my biggest issue. This is why I couldn't get the engine started. So you need to go down here, open these guards, and move all these switches to on, and then close the guards. And then you can start the engines. I spent about an hour trying to work out how to start the engines. That's the reason why I forgot to do that one switch. Alternator failure warning light is flashing. That's the red light here, which we can expect because we don't have the alternators on. Canopy is unlocked, so you can see that here. That's currently black. The mechanical indicator is black. Entry door is white, so that's again another sort of not mechanical indicator, but it goes white and black based off the condition there. Yes, you can navigate via TACAN on this Henry Anno. It's really, really cool. Well done, Camps Pilot. We spoke briefly in the past. Well done to you and your team. Fantastic add-on. I don't know if you were involved getting on board the Vulcan to test it out, but what an awesome time that must have been. And I've had so much fun playing with it the last few days, and once again, thanks for sending it over. Yeah, I will not do it proud today, I'm afraid, but I'll do my best to get it from A to B in one piece. Pitot heater, no, pressure heads, yes, they call pitot heaters pressure heads. I think that would have been an RAF term, I don't know. We'll reset the accelerometer, we'll see how much G we pull today. Check the undercarriage indicators, which are a little push button here. They're currently down with the green lights. Brake accumulator pressure is all in the green. Anti-dazzle lighting is checked. That's that switch here. Takeoff cruise selector, we'll leave it in the takeoff position. JPT limiters are here, we'll leave those in that position. HP cocks are in the shut position, that's these engines here. So it's a bit like the 146. You have to sort of move them up into the open position before you start them here as well. UC emergency selector. Now, on one of my test sectors, I accidentally pulled this, and then I couldn't retract the gear, and I couldn't get this lever back in, so I'm staying well clear of that today, otherwise I won't be able to get the gear up. MFS is military flight system. I No idea what it does, but I always leave all the switches in MFS. Fuel contents check. So we're taking, right, this is a gas guzzler, okay, so it's preloaded, full tanks, we don't have the external tanks connected, so it's 70% total capacity. These weights don't worry about, use the actual maximum weights from the manual, and in the notes, I think JustFlight told me that at the moment it's burning a little bit more fuel than it should in real life. I've not completed this entire flight, but we'll keep a close eye on this to make sure I don't actually run out of fuel. We have, how much fuel do we have? We've got 34 tons of fuel on board, so it's quite a lot, and it's only an hour's flight time, so we'll keep a close eye on it, and if I get low I might have to do some in-flight refueling. Check the fuel console. So the fuel console is on this bad boy. Look at this. Get the armrests up. Check the pumps individually, so you're meant to turn them on, check the cocks open, cocks closed. I still don't know what I'm doing here, so I'll leave it as it is, start the engines, and I'll turn all the switches on. There's an autopilot, very rudimentary. We won't be using it today, but you can power it on and test it. The controls are also over here to reset it as well, but might look on internet if we do some longer flights in it, perhaps if they get some sort of in-flight refueling. Well, they do in-flight refueling. It's no visual element with an aircraft, but you can sort of set the option to simulate in-flight refueling, which is pretty cool. John, you were taking photos of the Vulcan's belly at the National Museum of Flight near Haddington a couple of months ago. Very impressive. I know, it's an absolute beast. There's this military flight system / terrain following radar switch. Again, leave them all in MFS, so they are all in MFS by default. We again check the Bombay warning lights. The lights for Bombay are everywhere, on the left side, on the forward panel here. Crazy. Nearly there, guys. Windscreen demister checked and off. That's there. It's in the off position. What on earth was that? Well, I don't know if the windshield demister switch is linked to something, but something sounded like it powered down. Right, we'll keep a close eye on that. Throttle detent isolation. That's the Olympus 301, which we don't have. We've got the two 201s. Pressure selector is in the cruise position. It's down here. So we'll put that to cruise. Is that cruise? Combat. Ooh. There we are, that's now in the cruise position. Cabin air switches are shut. Shut. Ram air valve shut. Temperature selectors to cold. Everything works. And then that needs to be the black magnetic indicator. External lights, we're nearly there. External lights. We'll turn those on. Navigation lights, flight. ASC. Flash, sorry, flash. I think that turns the beacons on. Tank pressurization off. 4 whites. Air-to-air refueling panel is all off. Engine airframe icing off. Systems check. We have the 200 volts which I've checked. We're now ready for engine start then. Okay, so evening all, been looking forward to the Vulcan in Microsoft Flight Sim along with the Lancaster. Very, very cool. Right, as requested, we're doing the rapid start today. So imagine we have our clearance. Throttle's set to 50%, so let's unlock these first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50% about there. Air selector switch, the engine start controls are down here. You have to really move your head around a bit. There we are. I think actually if I press this, it sort of puts you in the position already. There we are. Oh, it's really awkward to get there. Air selector switch to rapid. This is actually a genuine way of starting them. Ignition switch on. Engine master switch on. Engine air switches all shut. They're over by Jim's side. They're all shut. Are you ready to start the engines on this aircraft? Okay, this is all 4 simultaneously starting. All right, and I think we're going to have to go outside for this as well. So I'm meant to be monitoring instrumentation, oil pressure, EGT and whatnot, but now I'm going outside. Right, here we go. me some work. I'm going to have to turn the sounds down slightly. There we go. Amazing. Right, so that's that. Engine starting, so rapid start, check steering start, so oil pressure. Can you guys actually hear me? I'm going to have to turn it down a bit further. I have got the door still open. So oil pressure rising. Oh yeah, better. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to now reduce it back to idle now that the engine started. That will help. Oil pressure rose. HP cocks were open. Fuel flow checked. JPT less than 700 degrees. So here's the temperature. Fire warnings out and start indicator lights have been extinguished. There we are. We have started the engines. How's the volume now? Can you guys still hear me? Thanks for subscribing, Dan J. Welcome. Sava, 59 months as a member. What a nice sound. Those exhaust plugs must be blown miles away. Did I leave the exhaust plugs in? Oh, yeah. Well, they're not there anymore. There we are. The covers are definitely been removed now from the engines. I might have forgotten to remove them. Right. Let's finish the after start check. So let's go back down here. There we go. So, this is tricky. Engine master switch off. Ignition switch off. Air crossfeed MI. Where is that? Well, I'll have to hold that shut because I can't find it. Fuel console as required. So, at this stage, I do turn on all these pumps. And again, I do apologise because I do not know the correct procedure here regarding them. I've just turned them all on. With the ones containing fuel. There we are. So I think that's now feeding fuel from all of them. So that's done. Idling RPM check. So for the 200 series, 29.5%. There we are. So all four engines at 29.5%. Engine air switches are all shut still. All shut. Cabin air switches are shut. Engine anti-ice not required. Air brakes. So we'll test those now. There's the first position. There's the second, and they're stowed. So they're in. Hydraulic pressure checked normal. There we are, so they're all in the green range. We'll close the bomb bay door. There we are, so that's now closed. Closed. If FPC not started, it isn't. So we're now going to start the FPU, so you have to press these buttons. 1, 2, 3. Did I push these in? I can't remember. Let's see. These lights should extinguish. Probably. Yeah, there we are. I forgot to pull them up. That's my fault. Start again. So it took me ages to work this out. You have to basically get all of these lights extinguished. There we go. So it's the feel. So out is on and pushing them in is off. So there we are, power flight controls are started. Now this is where I get absolutely flabbergasted. I just really struggle with this. So TRU's coming on. AAPP on sync bar. So I'll turn that on. I think it's on. Extra supply strip. Set the extra supply strip switch to trip. Set number 2 alternator. So I push this, that causes that to happen, and then I put that on and push. I might have done that completely wrong, but we'll leave it at that. External supplies removed, so we can now remove the ground power, the ballast, the chocks, and we'll close the crew door. It's going to get quieter now. There we are. The sounds are amazing. So the crew door's now closed. We're locked in. Alternator. We'll turn the alternators on now. Oh no, hold on. Remove. Synchronise all alternators. Check load sharing. Isolate number 1, 3, and 4. 1, 3, and 4. AAPP on sync bar. On. I just don't know if I'm doing that right or not. It is a complicated electrical system. I should think it wasn't very reliable. Set ABS master switch to the open position. Right. The only thing I forgot to do, I think I forgot to turn the IDGs on. So let me just go back to that one here and turn these on. Right. And I feel like that's reversed everything I did earlier, but We definitely have all the IDGs on. I'm sorry I'm calling them IDGs. And we do have some main warning lights on. Oh, yes, I think that resets the powered flight controls. See what I mean? I just don't... This is very complicated, so I keep doing that here. Cam's pilot must be looking at me going, what is he doing? Rapid start automatically starts the PFCs. Okay, please don't judge me. Right, anyway, I've managed to get the main warning light to extinguish with all the lights now off there. Right, I better put the ejector pins out. So let's put the where are they here? Ejector pins remove. There we are. So we're ready to jump out if we need to, which we probably will. Turn on the pressure head. I don't know which position's off or on. Is that on? Hopefully we won't get any freezing probes. I don't know if that's on or that's on. I'd like to think it's like that when it's on. It took me long enough to understand the electrical system. Oh, cam's fire. It's a complicated one. It is a complicated one. Also, have I got my pitos on? Check that the entrance door is black. Chocks removed. RT landing lights as required to turn them on. Would you like me to do a static run-up so you can hear the how before we take off? I'm sure you all would. Landing lights as required. We'll turn them on to taxi. And then during taxi, check brakes, hydraulics, and we've got system checks whilst we're taxiing. There we are. So guarded is on. Perfect. Thank you very much. Have a listen to this then. Let's just do a little run. Watch out, people down there. Right, I think we best go to Lossiemouth. Parking brake released. I'm going to have to do a little 180 here. Yes, because unfortunately that's a road, so bear with me. Please move forward. Look at the total fuel flow go up, and I just add a little bit of thrust. We're moving. These people are brave. Key thing in Microsoft Flight Simulator at the moment is to not use full rudder input to taxi. I mean, I'd like to know right, could you please make a note of how much fuel we have? Right now, we have 33,136 kilos, going down very quickly. I'm quite curious to see how much fuel we've used by the time we arrive in Lossiemouth. Oh, this took a long time to at least get the engine started. I was fretting this time yesterday. How am I going to get this aircraft from A to B? We've also got a parachute after landing as well. Very nice. What I love as well, they've got a click spot. Oh no, you can assign a button. It's this one. And I love this view because you can still see your airspeed between 100 and 200 knots. And it gives you a much better view when landing and taking off. Scotty, too, those engine nozzles don't look big enough. I'm sure they were bigger on the F111. I think it's because of the engine. They have two different types of nozzles at the moment. This one has the smaller one, the 301's got a bigger nozzle. Did you run out of fuel on the test sector? I've not completed this flight, Sansi. I've done a couple of flights, but I've not done this flight. It'll be the longest adventure we do, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. Right, so we're taxiing to runway 20, which is over here. We'll talk about the takeoff profile shortly. Better turn on Toby Hydroker as well. Just reset that here. There we go. Whoa. Should do us today. Can I have that? Oh, this is what I should have done before the start of the stream. Yeah, I can't get that right eye position right. I'll have a look at it later. Right, there's the whole point. This aircraft has been here in real life. Right, parking brake is set. Let's have a look at the checklist. So, control and trim checks. The PFC, power flight controls are on. Emergency trims are in full range. MSFS, military flight system, co-pilot. Check across on the MFS. We've done that. Normal trims are checked. Oh, this is so it's got a sort of electrical trim here, which works. Fuel relief is checked. Loads of checks you could be doing, which I'm going to clear here. Look at all this here. My goodness me. Compass switches, compass. Radio sense switches up. I'll be using that today. Starboard beam. Localize it now. Have I tuned the VOR, the first VOR I need? Let me just have a quick look here on Navigraph. So we're going to be going to Pole Hill, which is 112.1. As I said, I'm very fortunate to have the tuning panel from Logitech, so I can sort of set that now. 112.1. There we are. So you should see when I switch this here to, where's this little switch? There it is. So when I switch this to Loch, there you go. Look, localizers come alive. You see how it goes alive, and it registers DME and the radial. So if I go back to Loch, there you go. You see I'm already picking up the Pole Hill VOR. Sorry, I didn't realise I put the Navigraph up there. So there's this little switch here. You move that to Loch, from remote to Loch, and I'm picking up the VOR already. And I can align it right now if I wanted. So I pull that out and then rotate my mouse wheel, and you can line up on the radial right away. So I'm on the reciprocal of 294. So I'm on the 1 something radial, 104 radial there. So very, very nice, or 114 radial. So that's done for VOR navigation. That's checked. Pitch scales checked. Off. It's got, you can follow an ILS. Nav selector. You're meant to put it back to central, but I'm going to leave it in ILS. Not using the autopilot. And we've got loads of pre-takeoff checks as well. Right, all black here for the magnetic indicators. Looks good. Oh my days. Tank pressurization. Flight instruments checked. Altimeters checked. Checks on the runway as well. Portal starboard to open. I'll do that now. Engine 1, 2, 3 and 4 to open. They already open. Next is after takeoff, so I think we're ready to go. Right, so let's line up. We'll talk about the performance and what you need to do as well before departure. Oh! Jerry Anderson got all his inspiration for the sounds of Thunderbird aircraft and all the aircraft in there, can't you? Oh, the Bombay doors. Yes. No one from the team at JustFlight shouting at me, don't forget to do that. Right then. I'll be flying for the next hour and 20 minutes. We might have to stop off for fuel. What an epic room we've got here. Right, there we are, lined up. So, I'll just set the parking brake. Let me find the PDF for takeoff here. So, as I said, I've got this open on the side here. This is the manual from JustFlight, and this is their tutorial flight as well. So, we're going to do this. We're at the same weight, so takeoff. In the Vulcan, you've got to hold forward pressure for the entire takeoff roll because the nose wants to come up. That's just the fact with Vulcan, the real aircraft, and the one in here by JustFlight as well. We'll rotate at 150 knots. We're around that speed as well. And we're going to climb out at full power initially, then we'll reduce to 950, set the power setting to cruise. And we're going to fly the majority today between 250 and 300 knots for this flight, between sort of ground and 2,500 feet as well. So we'll sort of following that power setting as well. So 250 to 300 knots. Once we're airborne, we're going to make a right turn and we're going to fly directly to Pole Hill VOR, just south of Leeds, and that's all lined up here on the localizer. The DME, once we're within 20 miles, will count down as well. So, as I said, when I get airborne, I'll be able to explain this a lot more. But that's our current heading, 200 degrees. When we turn, we just need to turn this heading into that, and then we'll follow the road. Okay, Toga's in chat. Are we going outside first so we can hear the howl? Then let go of the parking brake? I think so. Right. Parking brake released. I'm going to hold it at 80% initially. Note takeoff time, 20:48. Power. I need to go inside. Well, no, full forward pressure. Airspeed's alive. 100 knots. Maintain sense line with rudder. 150. Release forward pressure. We're airborne. Gears coming up. And it's so manoeuvrable. Amazing. And we're there. Right then, we're airborne. 90% power reduced. Select cruise. We're doing 200 knots. And we're going to fly inbound now to the Pole Hill VOR. I'm going to have to turn the sim down here slightly, guys. And we're at 2,000 feet. We'll maintain 2,000 feet initially. We'll level off. And the HSI, or whatever they call this instrument, is showing me to fly right slightly. So our current track's this. As soon as we're back on the radio, we'll line up that circle with our current track and we'll be all down here. Right, we'll try and maintain 2,000 feet. We're doing 230 knots now. Here's our indicated airspeed. And we're live weather. Amazing. And it's so nice to fly in the sim as well. So nice. So, routing. There we are, inbound to Pole Hill VOR. We'll follow this radial down here. And once we're to Pole Hill, we're going to go to Vameb, outbound on the 302 radial. We'll be flying just south of Leeds at the moment, and then in between Leeds and Sheffield. There we are, 2,000 feet. Honestly, it's so nice to fly. Oh, I'm doing 280 knots now. It's so fast. Imagine looking down and seeing that. I'm hoping someone makes a BA livery for it. What? Amazing. We've got some fantastic views today. Oh, descending a little bit there. Meant to be at 2,000 feet. Maybe the sound corrupted by the route. Who cares? We're on a mission. Touch and go at Leeds. Not today, Elliot. Not today. I need to fly right slightly of track. Let's get back up to 2,000 feet. Thrust here, let's maintain about 250 knots. Maybe a camouflaged alpaca. Brilliant. So nice to hand fly in the sim though. God, you got to really keep scanning though. I just went right past 2,000 feet there. No point in climbing to save fuel. No, we'll be fine. Fine. Oh. How's the sound now, guys? Can you hear me okay? Sort of turn it up a bit for takeoff, turn it down a little bit now we're in the cruise. So again, following that radial, we're almost bang on it. So if I zoom in here, see that is moving to the middle. Once it's in the middle, I'm going to move that circle onto this line here. We should stay on the radial. Getting a little trimmed out now, doing about 260 knots. Yeah, we'll go low over Lake Windemere and Loch Ness today. No, not going to Macluke today, Anthony. Right, almost on that radial. So what I'll do, I'll turn left now, and all I've got to do is put this circle on that line, and we'll stay on the radial. Still over 20 miles to run. I don't know what the wind's doing up here actually, it's probably quite windy. quite a strong wind. It looks like I'm tracking that way quite a bit. There's 2,000 feet. Thanks, Romulus. Just don't look at the fuel flow gauge if where are you? Yes, I think that's down here. Total fuel flow. And that's how much fuel I've consumed in pounds, I think. It's 10 pounds a second. Oh no, it's about 20 pounds a second. That's insane. Camps, pitch and heading modes on the autopilot certainly help with managing the aircraft. Like on our airlines, you can use the elevator trim up down to a side to adjust the pitch setting. Oh, I've not even looked at that yet. But I've definitely messed that up. Buzz the lakes we're going to, Steve. Let me just get this trimmed at 2,000 feet here. 250 knots. The terrain's going to climb up here. So just to show you, inbound to Pole Hill VOR, then across to Fameb, across Morecambe Bay, Lancaster, Lakey, over Lake Windemere, Dean's Cross, just to the west of Carlisle, Talla, right over the top of Edinburgh, Perth, Nevis. Yeah, fun flight here. Is there a clog? No. Am I going to do it? I might do a barrel roll, but I'll probably mess it up and do an aileron roll and crash. Oh yeah, we'll turn the radio altimeter on now. Need to increase the range to 5,000. There we go. So there's the radio altimeter alive. I'm flying accurately here. Vulcan type ratings. It's so manoeuvrable as well. Look at these inputs, full left, full right. But if you see one of these actually fly at an air show, it is really accurate. Can you bring your mic volume up a bit? Yes, of course I can. I'll turn that up a bit, and I'll turn down the sim slightly. How's that? That should be a bit better now. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I had it loud for the takeoff, obviously. Glad that's better. Thanks, guys. I am very reliant on feedback there. Yeah, I can only I can actually hear the music now. Any chance of Mach 1.3? Now, I'm quite curious because I think Vulcan in a dive could exceed Mach 1, but certainly the quoted maximum speeds in the manual sort of 300 knots, Mach decimal 0.9, so I'm not sure exactly how that was achieved. Certainly not level, I don't think. Anyway, there we are, just south of Leeds. There we are. Continuing towards Pole Hill VOR. So you can see I'm right of track there, and that's displayed here on this indicator. You can see it's telling me to fly left VOR. I'm sort of maintaining 2,000 feet. There's Leeds over there to the right. Now I'm going to have to climb up soon because the train does increase. I love this view as well. I mean, the visibility for the pilot isn't great. I have to say, my speed control is very good. 250 knots, no auto throttle. I'm holding it very nicely. There we are, so a little bit more to the left. Look at the DME now live. There you go, you see the DME counter? So we're flying, right, challenge, try and fly using just this in IMC. Oh, that's going to be hard. So attitude, let's see, attitude. So if I put, descending, that's hard work. Oh, I don't like this at all. Oh. It's just, so if I turn left, the indication's just so different. It's so different to what you see. So anyway, I need to fly left a bit more. So let's just turn left, point that off to the left slightly. Trains coming up there, we can easily hit something, especially if I descend. Update the QNH. There we are. So let's go wings level now. We're 10 miles from the VOR. What do you have on for ordnance today? Fluffy alpacas to drop out the Bombay. Actually, does that work? There's only one way to find out. Whoa, yeah! It's empty. I hope it closes. Yeah. I did a thing. Right, well that's Leeds dispatched with. There it is, my flying leads. We've only got 8 miles to run for the VOR. I think we're going to have to climb up slightly here. I actually don't know what the MSA is for this sector. The weather, we're live weather, guys. We are completely live weather. It's absolutely beautiful. In fact, we're coming up to Blackpool. Well, we won't be going overhead Blackpool, but I'll be curious to see what the airport weather's like in Blackpool if anyone wants to ask tonight. But Echo Golf November Hotel. It's only about 30 miles away. And remind me, what national parks to the west of Leeds, north of Manchester? Is there a national park here? It's been very British. Does it have INS? No. I don't know what the primary navigation was for this. I wonder if it was Stargate. A few neighbours in Leeds have called for a slight noise complaint. I can believe it. Right, how much fuel? Here's the fuel gauges. And they're no longer showing completely full. 5 for 10 minutes. Look at this. Unbelievable. Right, we're about to fly over the Pole Hill VOR anyway. I've climbed up to about 2,500 feet here. There's the Pole Hill VOR. Oh look, I'm completely not navigating towards it at all, so let me turn right and get back on track. Actually, we're within 2 miles now, so we're going to miss the VOR. VOR is going to be off to our right hand side. Yeah, alright, so what we'll do, we'll just go level here. Wings level. These VFR charts, by the way, from Navigraph are so cool. You can sort of see, look, the wind farms here in red. There's the VOR off to the right hand side. So I wonder if I can see it. I was down there somewhere. Right, so let's bring up Navigraph again. Outbound VOR from Pole Hill is 302 until 29 miles. I won't know when I'm at 29 miles because the scale only goes to 20. But it'll do. Let's at least get the radial set, so I need to push that in here and rotate to 302. See if I rotate it this way. See, there you go, you can find out what radio you're on, but we want to be specifically on 302, so let's line up 302. And we can fly right, so what I'm going to do is fly right, and a bit of power here, so we're slow. Fly right to get an intercept heading for the 302 outbound. I find it very rewarding. I mean, I have got Navigraph up in front of me to follow my track, but I am still trying to navigate conventionally. Oh, perfect day for VO5 flying. There's lovely VMC conditions. You could use stars as well as using the periscope sextant, which would fit out the top right of the aircraft. Amazing. That's a skill that's just lost now. Yep, cabs pilot said it there. You have got GPS. If you're not a seasoned instrument pilot, I'm certainly not. You can utilise that. There you are. You can see the radials coming alive now. So we're intercepting the 302 outbound. As soon as we're on the radial, we'll set the heading here, this needle, to 302. I was meant to be at 2,500 feet. Let's go back down. And we'll turn left now to fly outbound on the 302. 302, wings level. There we go. And that's going to take us all to it's actually an RNAV waypoint called Vameb. And Vameb is just south of Lancaster. But once we sort of get to Lancaster, we're going to go via Lakey, and we're going to do this visually. So we're just going to follow Lake Windemere and then tune Dean's Cross, climb up, pick up Dean's Cross and go from there. So it's a mixture of conventional navigation and visual flight.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Ooh, is this radio altimeter blue? Ah, what's the different colours, Cam's pilot? Blue, is that with below sort of 2,000 feet? I'm sort of climbing and descending all over the place here. Taylor, hello there. Hello, thank you very much for your support as a member. 8 months you've been here. Thank you very much, buddy. Oh, someone's grabbed the weather exact for Glasgow. 10k -2. Perfect weather. No clouds. What a time I picked to stream. Very lucky. There you are, so 2,000 feet indicated, radar showing around 1,100 feet. Campus pilot, 3 lights are above, below are at the selected radio heights. Interesting. Ah, so I've set this to limit of 500, 5,000. Okay, interesting. Right, I need to fly right slightly. The radial will show me fly right. Ah, I see. 3 lights are above, below, and at the selected radio height. Amazing. So fly slightly right, get back on the radial. That track should do us, so we'll go to wings level now, maintaining 2,000 feet. But the oh, might get a bit low on speed here. But the RAF boys here, they would do these sorties, and they'd fly between waypoints, and the timings over each waypoint within like 10 seconds. Absolutely incredible. Let's go scare the hikers in the Lake District. We'll be there shortly. I feel like an astronaut at the space station. Tow-eye track all working beautifully now. Very fast, let's take a bit of power off. Just watch my heading now. This is just epic. I mean, so aren't they crazy simulators now? There's the coast, guys. The west coast of the UK. Lancaster's on the horizon. The city, though, it's not the bomber. Oh, superb. Right, there's ballooned up to 3,000 feet. Fly slightly right. DME is now almost at 20 miles now from Pole Hill VOR. So flying outbound, and we'll switch off VOR navigation. We're going to go visually afterwards. So we're going to go visually across Morecambe Bay, and then just slightly over to Windemere. I'll do my best to find out the landmarks looking outside. Oh, we're descending quickly. Ah, terrain. I mean, we've crossed over almost the entire UK. How long have we been able now? 15 minutes? Crazy. What's really cool as well, the manual here, sort of hand flying, they've got at the bottom aerobatic manoeuvres to fly based off the actual display the Vulcan did, X-Ray Hotel 558. So cool. Anyway, I've got this open in the background just to make sure I know what I haven't forgotten all the steps. Anyway, that radial's looking good. That's almost put us right over Lancaster, which is here on the nose. There's the city of Lancaster. And then we're going to cross over Morecambe Bay. We're going to head over in that direction. And it won't be long until we're overhead Lake Windemere. And we're going to drop down to 500 feet. How's the fuel looking? We've burned since airborne, well, I can't even see, 13,000 pounds of fuel. I have to say my altitude keeping set has been awful. Is that the M6? I always get my motorways muddled up. It goes all the way up to, I mean, it's a road I used to commute on. I used to fly a little bit out of Scotland. So I'm going to sort of go off VOR navigation now. It's taken us almost to Vamed. We'll make a right turn overhead Lancaster and then cross Morecambe Bay. Yeah, that's the M6, perfect. That's a road I've driven on a lot in my life. Up to Scotland. Drop down to around 200 feet. Forecast to lights on for above below VOR. Limit lights to tell you if the radio altimeter is working at your current speed altitude, control lots of fire number correctly. Very interesting. What's your background? Is that have you flown it down to or familiar with it? I love the is that a hunter in your kitchen program? Anyway, there's Lancaster off to the right hand side. How considerate of me, I've avoided flying directly overhead the city. Oh, Microsoft Flight Simulator, we're so lucky to have the ability just to fly over our world, honestly. I've sort of automatically descended to 1500 feet. Right, crossing overhead Morecambe Bay. This is Morecambe directly overhead. Yes, I've kindly avoided Lancaster, but I am going to go right overhead Morecambe. That being my word, what an aircraft. I was lucky enough to see the exact aircraft a few times at JustFlight. I've done it again now. They've made some mega add-ons on me. Right, there's around 1300 feet, right over the top of Morecambe, not far away from Lake Windemere now. I think we'll accelerate to 300 knots over Lake Windemere. We're about, well not actually, about, I'd say about a sixth of the way. Oh, a little bit of a freeze from the sim there, that made me nervous. Right, and then we'll get Dean's Cross VOR set up. Pop my head out the window accidentally. Beautiful here. Push my speed. Around 250. If you just tuned in, if you happen to, I'll just do a little yes. Still howling. Accelerates really quickly when you do that as well. And Mad Matt UK, yeah, that's not a. It's not an outer marker. That's not an outer marker. It's to do with the radial altimeter limits. That's what we're learning right here. Amazing, James. I can literally press every other button without issue. Enable the autopilot tracking the GPS. This one button just can't be pressed. Ah, yes. I did have some issues with getting this aircraft to rotate as well. Had to get the fuel load right and stuff, but this aircraft is very tricky to sort of rotate. You have to hold full nose down on takeoff. Right, so this RNAV waypoint is very conveniently called Lakey. So if I just continue northbound here, you can tell we're going northbound by looking at this little needle. We'll get that facing north. Then we should find Lake Windemere. So Morecambe Bay. Oh, is that actually it there? Is that Lake Windemere? That is Lake Windemere. I was here, driving across that lake only 3 weeks ago. Right, we're going down to 500 feet and we're accelerating to 300 knots. Full power, briefly. Look at it accelerate. In the display, I think it went up to 300 knots. Right, let's get down to 500 feet, and Lake Windemere is dead ahead. That's epic. It's so cool. I think the Vulcan actually did a display here in Windemere. Oh, what's that there? Oh, it's just a random building. There's 300 knots. Oh, look at the radial altimeter limit height change. Yeah, it's gone red now, which is like I'm probably below the height set on the radial altimeter. So holding at 300 knots. And here is Lake Windemere. Controls become very heavy at this speed as well. There we are, Lake Windemere. I was literally here about 3 weeks ago. How long is the lake? 20 miles, isn't it? Yeah, the flight controls becomes quite stiff. We're overhead Lake Windemere from Sheffield. Oh, live weather as well, guys. How sport have I been? There's little islands on Lake Windemere, but they've just got default buildings. So Windemere is going to be off the left-hand side now. There we are. There's Windemere. Caught the ferry from there about 3 weeks ago. A little bit of speed in the turn, we're descending as well, let's be careful. And here's the end of the lake coming up. Crazy. There we go. Right, we're going to continue low level. We're going to now tune up the Dean's Cross VOR, which is our next waypoint, 15.2. So I'll set that up on the tuning panel, 15.2. There we are, it's now active. There we go. So I now need to find the radial. So we need 325. I don't think we're quite in range yet. I've got DME distance that's come alive. I think because we're low, 325 set. We're not quite picking it up there. Hello. Yeah, we need a flyby on Microsoft Flight Simulator, absolutely. Let's go back to 250. My concern is the fuel. We've burnt a lot. We've burnt nearly £18,000 of fuel. Right, we need to pick up this VOR, so I'm just going to head in this direction. Bye, Lake Windemere. Bit of pollution coming out the back of Vulcan. Clearing the... Absolutely, this is completely live weather, guys. Completely live weather. Live weather, we're just about 8 hours behind live time. Right, there's a lake straight ahead. So if I look here on the charts, that is... It's got a name? Not here on SimBrief. But we can see those two lakes ahead. One lake here, two lakes, and then Dean's Cross. Is Dean's Cross just DME? Maybe... Yeah, hold on. Dean's Cross is not a VOR, it's DME only. Yeah. That's why I'm not picking up a radial. My bad. Yeah, Dean's Cross is a DME only facility. Alright, well, we'll just have to continue visually, but the good news is I can see the two lakes, and I can see the bay here. So once we're north, we can just go inbound to Tala. I'll tune a Tala VOR now. Tala VOR is 113.8. So much free flying. Low. Cabin tour. This is it. Hope you're doing well, Taylor. So 1138, let's tune that now. Right, Tala's active. There we are, look, the VOR's come alive. So what we'll do, we'll have a look here. The inbound radial's north, 360. So what I can do is find the radial there, set 360. And what will happen is, I'll just keep going in this direction. You can already see that the radial is coming alive. So as soon as we're on track, we'll just make a turn north directly on the radial towards the Tala VOR. The next stop will be Edinburgh. Just have a quick look at our fuel. Yes, look how much fuel we've burnt. That's so much. We've got 25 tons of fuel left. What did we start off with? 33? Crazy. Turn this then. So nearly inbound on that radial. Nearly perfectly aligned, it's almost on that dot. So when I say radial, we're looking at this here, moving towards the middle, this white line. As soon as that's lined up, I'll put that circle onto that, into the middle there. Oh no, 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 no! Oh, it's just crashed, no! Oh! Right, don't worry, don't worry. What we're going to do, Right, where's the nearest airfield? Right, what I'll do, we'll start the engines and we'll go to the nearest airport. Might have to go a little bit further north. Carlisle, how long is the runway at Carlisle? 1800 metres, that'll do. Right, we're going to go to Carlisle, Echo Golf November Charlie. Give me 3 minutes and we'll get airborne from there and we'll just simply redirect to Taller. It will be no big deal, guys. See you shortly. Hi everyone, thank you very much for your patience. Sorry about that. As you well know, sim crashes can happen from time to time. I've actually noticed an increase in crashes in Microsoft Flight Simulator recently, for me personally. But yes, about 10 minutes ago we lost the sim just north of Dean's Cross. And what I've done, I was going to spawn in Morecambe, sorry, Carlisle here. And I thought, well, by the time we've got the sim loaded, I would have been almost at Edinburgh. So here we are. We're directly at Edinburgh, off runway 24. Aircraft is ready for takeoff. Very fortunately, they have a ready for takeoff button. I've pushed that, so the aircraft's probably even better configured than it was before the flight. I've tuned in the perf VOR. That inbound course is going to be, again, 360. So I'll just preset that now, ready for departure. It's already on 360. So yeah, we'll do a departure. We'll look at the bridges in Scotland. Continue upwards to Perth and then continue the routing as planned. At least you get to see another takeoff here with the infamous Vulcan Howl. We've reloaded fuel as well, so we've definitely got enough fuel for the rest of the sector. So thank you very much for your patience there. People talking about the bombers, which are great. Hawk Hunter just went coincidentally the day after I started volunteering on an XM655. JustFlight had a day of recording Cockpit sounds. Very, very cool. That's the aircraft they use, isn't it, with the 301 engines. Awesome. Mike, was a good break, gave me time to purchase it. Excellent. Well, it's very reasonably priced as well. And don't forget, I'll be doing a giveaway copy of this as well. I'm just going to crank the time back. We are live weather still. I put it back to October, so that's going to make it a little bit brighter. Let's go something like that. That will be fine. Good. So, are you ready then? We've got to do these sounds all the time. We're all good to go. I'll crank up Microsoft Flight Simulator to the loudest. Right, I'm actually going to just release the brakes first, because last time I did this, it sort of sprung up onto its nose. Let's go. Two takeoffs to the price of one today, guys. Airspeed to live forward pressure, or full forward pressure. Oh, super! That was worth the crash. Oh, that's not going to get old, is it? Right. Let me, I'm just going to turn down Microsoft Flight Simulator again so you can actually hear me. Right, oh, what happened to the bridges? Oh yes, I forgot to put the Orbex series on. Yes, unfortunately the Forth Road bridge is looking rather plain and simple. I forgot to install the Orbex. Well, I don't think I have access to the Orbex stuff anymore. I must get in contact with them, but yes, just plain stock today. And we're now on our way to the Perth VOR. You can see the VOR is already alive. I don't think there's any DME associated with this one, so we need to make a turn in this direction to intercept the radial, and then we'll continue onwards to Perth. Before we make a left turn to Ben Nevis, cross over the entirety of Scotland all the way up to Lossiemouth via Loch. It's Loch Ness. Loch Ness. Right, put a little bit of music on. 250 odds. This got so much performance. Bye bye Edinburgh. Nice seeing you for about 2 minutes. Not going to be too far from Aviemore, actually no, because of my routing I'm not going anywhere near Aviemore. Aviemore I went on holiday last year with a couple of friends. Beautiful part of the world. It's a shame about the crash though. Fingers crossed, no more issues. We have live weather, aren't we? Yep. Beautiful here in Scotland. Cold, but beautiful. Right, nearly on that radial. Coming alive now. So no DME associated with the Perth VOR. Almost alive. Oops, forgot to set the QNH. There we go. A lot of the Vulcan's radar radio system were carried over and upgraded from World War II. It's crazy, isn't it? The guys that designed these aircraft, I mean, it's so brilliant. And there was no computers back then. All hand drawn. Oh wow, doing that 300 knots. Nice weather in Scotland. Yeah, how's it looking in Lossiemouth? It was not nice earlier. It's improved a lot now. Oops, I need to fly left slightly of track. Yeah, the train's going to get a lot more rugged soon. 300 knots, no problem. Yeah, the detail of the instrument panels, it's really nice, isn't it? Well, we've almost spent £3,000 of fuel. Right, that heading will do to intercept the radial. There's 2,000 feet. And turn on the radio altimeter. That is on already. Limit selector, 50 feet. Nice shadow at 10 o'clock. Right ahead of us now, isn't it? Ollie P, do I like it? I love it. It's a really good airline. I mean, this isn't the usual stuff we fly, obviously, but the amount of effort they put into this isn't just a simple, you know, buy it, fly it sort of thing. You can obviously press ready for takeoff, but you can go really in depth with this. You can learn to navigate conventionally and fly conventionally between VORs, TACANs are modelled. You know, you've got about 8, how many variants of Vulcan have they got? 18, you can fly all of them, you can select all the different bomb types that the aircraft flew. It's very in-depth. I'd recommend, if you are interested, there's a link in the video description below about the product, but check out JustFlight's YouTube channel as well. There's a lot of videos talking about the lengths they went to model this accurately. Ah, Romulus, I missed the shadow. I see it now. There it is. Can't quite see it from the cockpit. There it is down there. Right then, approaching the Perth VOR. Perf's up here on the left, and we're going to make a really sharp turn to the left. And there we're sort of, we can sort of fly outbound from Perth on the 293 radio, but distance-wise, I've got no idea. I will have to utilise Navigraph. There we are. So we're going to go outbound on the 293. Perth should be just on the nose to the left. There we are, that's the town of Perth, the city of Perth. I've driven over that bridge, so I haven't. Amazing. So what do you guys think of the aircraft? It's superb, isn't it? Absolutely superb. 293 is set. Let's give ourselves an intercept heading now. That's a good intercept heading for that radial. That will come alive when we fly past it. Well, up to 4,000 feet, that's no good. Yeah, challenge flying this on Pat Sim. Love the discussion going here on chat. People that know a lot about this aircraft. It's really interesting to get their input. We've still got to land this thing yet. If we do have any more crashes in the sim, what we'll do, we'll probably spawn in Lossiemouth. And we'll do a quick go at a display. Ooh, a bit above 300 knots here. We're at 310 knots. Just have to keep on that heading. Now look at the train ahead. It is. Oh, I used the word crap. Crap visibility for the pilots, isn't it? Cool. This is range associated with the TACAN, tune TACAN here, and it's got all the panels. So if you want to be an engineer, electrical officer or a navigator, look, you've got all the panels here to tune everything up. It's complicated. Vulcan maintain 250 knots. Yes, I'm slowing down. So hopefully we'll be on that radial soon. And outbound for the Perth VOR. A little bit down the valley. It's nowhere near as manoeuvrable at 300 knots. Oh, look at the shadow. I'll just follow this road for a short while. I mean, we got up to Carlisle almost, didn't we? We had the issue earlier. Hey, Colasco, any plans on Concourse stream? I'll do a Concourse stream before Christmas. It's the lowest we've been all stream. 300 knots. You can see the wind farms on Navigraph here as well. You can see them ahead in the sim as well. We'll just buzz over this hill. And just clip the corner of this lake. And we'll continue to Nevis. Ben Nevis will be around here. Where's the actual high point for Nevis? There it is. Ben Nevis is on the right here. So we'll need to climb up slightly higher. Oh, Toby eye track on its reset. That must be for power lines, isn't it? When I was a young teenager, I used to be at school and we used to get a little atlas out, and I used to plan my little tracks to fly in Microsoft Flight Sim 2002. I used to follow rivers, but then it was just plain textures, and you'd have a faint line for where the river was, but I still really enjoyed that. Now look what you get. Lush Scottish forests. All the towns and villages correctly depicted. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm well off this radial. Look at this. I'm meant to be flying off to my left here. Look at it. Look at the nose drop when you turn. Yeah, Hawkeye, I remember there's a bit of controversy over those wingovers, wasn't it? Yes, I remember reading about the CAA being interested in some of the manoeuvres that the guys had been flying. Yeah, because was it not authorised to go upside down or something? But yeah, they definitely did on some of those trips. Almost in Loch Ness in the next few minutes. We are absolutely flying. We've only just taken off from Edinburgh. So as tempting as it is to go left there, look, I'm sort of looking at that valley going, oh yes, we need to go right here. The track, so what we'll do a turn to the right, pick up this lake. Oh yeah, now we're doing now we're doing slide 300, it's a lot more manoeuvrable. So you see it snapping around like that. That is realistic. The aircraft was incredibly manoeuvrable for its size. Loch, sorry. Not lake. Callum, wasn't there one recently accidentally took off with a high-speed taxi? Well, that was a was it a Valiant that did that? Yeah, type that in YouTube. That's a good video. Yeah, because didn't the guy froze to it or something? Oh, this is not the best view for this mountain. I'm just going to move my head to the left slightly. Cheers, Greg. I'm trying. Oh, someone added me as a friend. Unfortunately, I don't accept you. I don't know who you are. Thank you, guy, dude. There's that lake ahead. I cannot tell you what this lake is called. So come up here. Kinloch, Rannoch ahead. Settlement. Loch. I know it's the same lake. A lot of the inspiration of the design was from German World War II Delta Wing shaped aircraft, wasn't it? I can't remember the name of any of them. But I remember reading about them. Look at this. So cool. Just a mere 300 knots. We've almost flown the entire length of the country. Well, I exaggerate slightly, but a significant portion of the country. Ben Nevis is up ahead anyway. There we are, these are the mountains. Already altitude is just below 500 feet here. That's, oh, how cool is this on the radio altimeter? So you can set, I've just only noticed this, you can set the range to 5,000. There's a little zero there, or you can press this to set it to 500 and the little zero disappears, and then you've got a 500-foot radio altimeter. That is super cool. These aircraft terrain following radar, didn't they? He's playing for all the broken windows. Ah, that'll be fine. Right, we'll make a beeline for Ben Nevis anyway. And a sharp turn to the right, and then Loch Ness. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I've just realised something. I just saw the reflections of the gauges, but they're actually accurate. Look, can you see look at the needles, Jake? Can you see that? It's actually showing the correct reflection. That is not a static image. I've only just realised that. Look, look, look. Look at it change. That is reflecting the actual instrumentation. I'm too busy looking at that, not the trees ahead, I know. That's insane. Wow. What an effort. I can't zoom in because I sort of lose the reflection. Yeah, that's insane. That's really cool. Don't kill this. Right. So, Ben Nevis is actually right. Oh no, I apologise. Ben Nevis is there. It's ahead of us. I thought he was still right there. Ben Nevis is here. 4411. That's Ben Nevis. It's straight ahead. It's like it. I am gonna just head off towards Loch Ness. But if you are curious, the tallest mountain in the United Kingdom, or Scotland, I should say, is over there. At a mere 4,400 feet. It's not super high. Anyway, right to Loch Ness. Tell you what, whilst we're inbound to Loch Ness. Oh, look at our shadow there. Yes. Chasing our shadow, look. The sun's directly behind us. Before we do that, I might do an zoom climb, so let me have a look at the manual. I might do it when we get to Lossiemouth over the top and then just full power climb and then a wing over. Very sparse. I actually realised how sparse it was. I wonder what the old Lancaster pilots made of this plane. Probably I wish. I should think some of the Lancaster pilots who flew Lancaster very much flew the early Vulcans. Surely. Right, next stop then, heading northbound from Ben Nevis to Fort Augustus, and once we're there, right turn overhead Loch Ness. This aircraft is going to go up to 50,000 feet, I think, as well. Bavarian Eagle's still waiting for that barrel roll. Oh, I don't know how to do one. I don't know why, but my radio tuning panel's frozen. I can't actually tune it with yours. Yeah, Callum, absolutely. Imagine it'd be quite scary seeing one of these in the nuclear white coming screaming over the hill for the first time. Oh, yeah. Are you going to fly the Lancaster on the release? Yes. Who's the developer of the Lancaster? I know this is a bit different to the normal stream, guys, but have you enjoyed it? I have. I certainly have. Don't go on you, actually. I'm joking. Oh, I've got to land it, yeah. Right, Loch Ness is next. Just over these hills. In fact, I'm just going to have a look at the manual. I want to see what the maximum speed was at flight at low altitude. There's the limitations table. Performance, there we are. Maximum speed, maximum level speed at sea levels, 528 miles an hour. What's that in knots? It becomes very difficult to fly. Range internal fuel, 1,700 miles. Service ceiling, 65,000 feet. Really? Wow. I believe it's burning a bit too much fuel at the moment. Port Hunter, I've heard that someone managed to get it to 68,000 feet. Max would probably be 65,000 feet. That's an 80-year-old aircraft. I mean, performance today is still epic compared to modern military jets. Wow, what a beast. Ah, here we go. So just some other guidance here, limitations. Speed limitations. So in wartime conditions, maximum airspeed is 375 knots. Oh, I think we could go up to that, get a bit of Vulcan howl going. Right, just before we get to Loch Ness, let's do 375 knots then, which is the maximum indicated. I'll just turn the music off for a second. I'll crank up Microsoft Flight Simulator. Look at this performance! That's full power. 375 knots, let's see what we can do. The controls are getting really stiff now. Oh my god, that's like full left. Oh, it's really, really stiff. 350 knots, that's full left now. 350 knots. We're going to get to 375. Right up, and then we're going to dive down to Loch Ness. Right, let's go up. It's about 2G. Oh, 300 knots. Hold on. Ah, I'm trying to get back in the cockpit. Oh. That's 250 knots, 6,000 feet. Almost at 200 knots now. 8,000 feet. And it's holding the speed. It's holding 220 knots whilst maintaining 4,000 feet per minute and accelerating. My goodness me. And... oh, not again! No, let's lock this! Oh, come on, Microsoft Flight Simulator, really? What is going on? Oh, I am so sorry, guys. I've never had one crash for over a year, and I've had 2 in one night. What on earth is going on with the simulator? Oh, dear. Right, as discussed, if it happened again... I'd go straight to Lossiemouth. We got... Look at where we were. We were literally just got to Fort Augustus. Right at the bottom. Oh dear. Wonder what's causing this. I wonder if it's something to do with the add-on. Possibly, but I have been having issues in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right. I want to do a landing. I've got to do a landing. So what I'll do, I'm going to spawn exactly where we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator and go from there. Oh dear. Yeah, I know it's this, I've had issues in Microsoft Flight Simulator in sort of test sectors and things like that in the last sort of 2 or 3 weeks. I've noticed a lot more crashes. I don't know if you guys have had the same problems, but yeah, give me one more reload and we'll go there because we're going to be so close, look, to Lossiemouth, and hopefully it will just go from there. And I'll see PC hardware or software issues. No, this is definitely an issue with Microsoft Flight Simulator. Anyway, give me another 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. We'll finish the flight from where we are to Lossiemouth. Cheers, guys. Thanks a lot again, guys. Well, I just had a little look in the event log in Windows to see what could be causing it. And not only next to Microsoft Flight Simulator, it had on the system tray, that little icon for GSX, it said Kutal or whatever at the same time. So I wonder if it's anything to do with GSX, because it sort of would coincide with the time I've started having more crashes. So I know GSX has caused issues in the past. I've disabled the plugin when Microsoft Flight Simulator came up, and I'll turn it off in the overlay as well. So fingers crossed. So I'm going to do a custom departure at 5,000 feet. I hope this works. We're so close to Lossiemouth. But yeah, let's see what happens. I've never reloaded in the custom in-flight menu before. This might not work. First time for everything. Oh, okay. I think we're ready to go. So let's see what happens. Let me just turn the sound up. Oh, right. I'm really low on speed. Come on. I think we're in business. And there we are. We're exactly where we crashed. We crashed there after our zoom climb. So yeah, welcome back. Oof, God, it's so much more manoeuvrable at this speed. So yeah, thanks for that, guys. I think GSX is causing this. So yeah, actually that's a point. Yeah, it is off now, so it's disabled. It was on the system tray. It shows the little plugin that GSX has at the same time with a fatal error as Microsoft Flight Simulator. So it could be not linked, and the fact it crashed as well, but who knows. Anyway, welcome to Scotland. Welcome to Loch Ness. First time here. Sorry we spawned directly overhead. We're so close to Lossiemouth. Nearly concluded our journey, and then we'll do a giveaway of this fantastic add-on as well. I do apologise for the disruptions as well. There we are, so close. Maybe I should do this flight in the compare it in the Blériot 11. Probably take me 3 hours to the length of Loch Ness. There we are. I think this is the biggest lake in the United Kingdom. Thanks, Double MOC. Yeah, I might have a bit of chat with you guys in Discord afterwards to see if there's any issues. Anyway, back to the vlog. There we are, flat out, middle of Loch Ness, live weather. I'm doing 350 knots almost. Flies like a pig at this speed. Amazing. That's full power. Loads of performance. You'll wake up, Nessie. Sorry, Nessie. It's only a Cold War nuclear bomber coming right over the top. Right, we've got to land it yet. A pig with sweatback wings and big engines. Interesting, I'm at full power here. Absolutely firewalled it, and it seems to have stopped accelerating. We're doing around 340 knots. Or if that's anything that because I've spawned in flight. I swear earlier it was accelerating beyond that. And I'm at max weight here as well. Anyway, that's almost Loch Ness dispatched with Inverness is coming up on the nose. God, it's flying like a pig now. Oof. There's a lot more parasitic drag here. Slow down, it really wants to slow down more. I've just turned fly live off as well, just in case that was causing issues. 300 knots. There's our shadow look. Oh, look at the shadow in that gap. I'm trying to keep the shadow there. Power line dead ahead. Waking up everyone in Inverness. So happy they've got that iconic owl. I'm a bit concerned about that power line. Hello Inverness. Good evening. We've pretty much flown the entire sector. Minus that little crash there, all the way from Doncaster Sheffield. Not a couple of crashes. Right, we're going to buzz the runway Inverness International. You imagine you heard that in the middle of the night. Evening James Ross, thanks for popping in buddy. Nearly made it to Lossiemouth. So the runway for Inverness should be ahead of us. I can see it. Look at that. We're going to do a bit of a flyby here, nice and low. Oh, it's a shame they don't do flybys in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hi Inverness. We've streamed it to here, haven't we? Yes, definitely. Oh, that's going to be some serious geo-pulling. That's what they did. Lots of air shows. There we have to 3G there. Right, that's Inverness. Last stop, Lossiemouth, our destination. Better read the manual on how to land. Just up here on the nose. Right, what's runway in use today? Are we gonna? Well, no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it buzz. I'm gonna get the meta off at Lossiemouth. It's a bit cloudy here as well. Live weather. Yeah, 50 degrees. I saw the notes in the display. So Lossiemouth. It's currently 36018 knots. So we're gonna land on runway 05. So that's gonna be straight in basically. So what we're gonna do? We'll do a low fly past 05, and then we'll do. Let me get the PDF here quickly. It's always about learning on the job, isn't it? So let me hand fly here for a minute, 250 knots. And they've got the display. Aha. So let's do wing wave departure, straight and level. Full power, yes. Pass 1, straight and level. Maintain your throttle to idle, it's a right turn, slow to 160. Spiral climb, gear down. Not fast enough. Always been a rain ahead. Zoom climb, that's what I was looking for. Let's do one of these. Zoom climb 1. 160 knots, entry. So we're doing it a bit faster. Accelerate to 200 knots. No, that's not fast enough. Yes! Zoom climb 2, that's more my ticket. 200 knots entry. Full power crossing the threshold. Accelerate to 280 knots. Pitch up until 150 knots. Right hand wing over. Air brakes extend, descend, and slow return to base. Yes, please! I'm going to try that one, okay. Right, make sure I've got the graph here. We're nearly there. Right, so I'll try and do this as true as to the way the display team did it. Oh, look, it's straight ahead. I need to slow down. Oh, there's 2 runways here. Is that right? Is that modelled correctly? What? No, that's not right. That's not right. Anyway, entry 200 knots. And we need to go down to 300 feet. So we'll put that to 500 foot radio altimeter. And entry 200 knots. Full power over the threshold, accelerate to 280 knots, pitch up until you reach 150 knots. And it says make a right turn, we're going to make a left turn. So let's get down to 300 feet. Almost at 200 knots. Take the left one, it doesn't start in the sea. Yes, I don't know what's going on there in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, the radio altimeter should be live any second. It's got dark now. 200 knots, I need to slow down a bit more. I'll use a bit of speed brake actually. Haha! Right, 200 knots. Stone speed brake. 300 feet, radio altimeter's alive. Someone actually did this. So 200 knots, this is the display. 300 feet, need to get a little bit lower. That's not Lossiemouth. Thanks, wrong airport. Wrong airport. Yes. Yes. Let's just continue for a little longer. It wouldn't be a flight they just flight exit without getting hopelessly lost. Right. This is Kilnoss, everyone. Disused aerodrome in Scotland, just to the west of Lossiemouth and to the east of Inverness. If you're interested, you can take a closer look outside. The yellow X on the runway and a sort of clue of its current status. And we'll continue now to RAF Lossiemouth. We'll edit that bit out. Next airport. Right. Okay. It's there. It's there. Yeah. Right. Zoom climb 2. Say that the 2 dual runways should have been a giveaway, really. There it is. Right. Back to 200 knots. We're nearly there. 200 knots. 300 feet. We'll line up with runway 05. Which is their longest runway. Let's go this way a bit. God, it's so much more manoeuvrable this speed. So much more. Oh, it's fantastic. And this is true to the real aircraft. This is exactly as it was. Right, so we're going to do the pass 6, which is zoom climb 2, 200 knots. We've got 200 knots, just need to get 300 feet. Full power over the threshold. Accelerate to 280, full back until, well, not full back, pitch up until 150 knots, then wing over. Let's get a little bit lower here. Speed's a little bit high as well. Not doing the Vulcan pilots much justice here. Finally our destination. This is Lossiemouth, the longest runway, the one we'll be landing on shortly. What, 300 feet coming in. There's 300 feet. Oh, look at that. 300 feet, 200 knots. Can't teach it. Over the threshold, full power until 280 knots. A bit low. Full power now. Can you imagine seeing this? 220, 230, 240, 250, 260. I'm running out of runway. 270. There's 280. Pitch up, full power still, until 150 knots. Oh, come on. Seriously? What is going on with my PC? What is going on? I can't get this thing on the ground. What is going on? That's the 3rd crash. I'll look into this. I've not had any crashes like this for a long time, and it can't be GSX. Yeah, has it always been on external views when it's happened? Right, I've got to land it. I'll do a circuit. If this doesn't work, I'm out of troubles. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? If any mods are here, anyone in Discord afterwards, do you mind if I just help me do a bit of investigations? Yeah, interesting, Romulus. So someone's just pointed out that we've had 3 crashes in the sim, and every single one has been on the external view. That's interesting. So do you reckon it's completely down to Microsoft Flight Simulator just doing its thing? Probably. Interesting. It must be external modelling on the aircraft, as you don't get this usually. Yeah, I've not changed anything really to my setup. I've had a handful of crashes on the map page in the latest release. Game does seem unstable lately, yeah. Continue normal mode. Right, well, what we're going to do, we've got to do a landing. We're going to do one visual circuit. You know, I must stress, I don't think this is necessarily this add-on, because I've only had I had some crashes in the earlier test sectors in the PMDG, but they've only sort of started happening in the last month. I thought it was time with GSX, but GSX is disabled, so that wasn't GSX, but it could be to do something with the external view. Let's see. Anyway, we'll do the circuit. Okay. Must be the plane itself. You've streamed months for now, and this doesn't happen. I know. I've not had any crashes for ages, and I've had 3 in one stream. Crazy. So yeah, let's have a look. We'll do a virtual. We're going to do a circuit, and that's it. And we're going to call it a day, because I won't ever get this stream done otherwise. I am sorry about this. Anyway, yeah, just give me 5 minutes. I'm just going to have a quick sip of drink, nip to the toilet, and when we'll get back, we'll just do a quick circuit in Lossiemouth. Cheers, guys. Yeah, that's another point actually. Gareth Bissell made this point here. I've had yesterday and last week, the only times when I had Microsoft Flight Sim running, it crashed in the world map screen. So I was actually in the menu and it's just crashed completely on its own, regardless of the sim. Has anyone else had that? Maybe it is just Microsoft Flight Simulator on my PC. I don't know. But yeah, I have had that. Multiple crashes in the menu. Well, I say multiple. I've definitely had crashes in the menu recently. I might as well just chat. It's like one of those just chat and chill streams. But yeah, as soon as we get on the back in, we'll load up in Lossiemouth. We'll do a little circuit. I just got to do a landing for you. In the past, I had a crash on the map when clicking on something. Yeah, might just be crashing on the map. I've had at least a couple. MacB, yeah, I think it's not the add-on, it's the swapping between low FPS from inside to high texture and an increase in FPS from swapping in and out, so it's just overloading it. Interesting. Really, I can replicate it every time. As soon as you zoom in on the map, it crashes. Some people have reported that SU14 has helped. I even got this crash in safe mode with vanilla MSFS. I've never launched it in safe mode, I always launch in normal mode. This is why there's only one Vulcan left. Yeah, just a veteran, exactly. I had multiple crashes recently, nothing a few months prior to the issue, absolutely. Prior to about a month or two ago, I hadn't had crashes in ages, absolutely ages. Anyway, we're going to go straight onto the runway in Lossiemouth, engines running, and we'll just try and get a circuit. Yeah, the first one we managed to fly for about an hour, second one for about 20 minutes, that one for about 10 minutes. Try turning off online services, looks like buzz, but it might help. Dev stream tomorrow, hopefully it's addressed. Hopefully, Benji, let's see. Nearly there. Just to show you guys, look, I'm still loading in. Just went back to have a look at your crashes. The first one you went external view, then back to the cockpit, and it happened 10 seconds later. So it's interesting. You have 5 minutes to do the circle around the airport then. Yeah, no, it's halved every time. Don't have seen it. Right, I'm in. Right, let's go straight to Lossiemouth. I might as well show you. We won't do a smooth transition today. Right, Inverness, Lossiemouth. Yes, if you were this is Kidloss Air Base. Very interesting. 05. That was a bit of a whoopsie. Let's crank it back slightly. Right. Let's see what happens here. Fingers crossed. Sorry, Climb, will you be testing out the MD-11 anytime soon? Yes, we'll jump into it soon. There we are. Toby Tracker doing his thing as well. Right, ready to fly. Right, literally, guys, we're going to take off, do a circuit, and land. Okay, I'll turn off anything which could potentially be causing issues. I don't know if there's a circuit. No, there's nothing regarding a circuit in the manoeuvre section, so I just want to see what the circuit height is at our current weight. What I'm just going to do is take a little bit of fuel off as well. There we are. So our gross weight is now 57 tonnes, so 120,000 pounds. So I've just got the speeds off. They've got a table here showing the speeds. So so we're I know not exactly. We're around 120,000 pounds. Got a table with the speeds here. Where on earth is it? Here we go. Yeah, alright. So we'll keep it 160 knots for the pattern, 140 approach, 130 over the threshold, or thereabouts. Right, for the last time today, hopefully, Toka's in chat. And we'll go from there. Right, I don't know whether to go outside. I'm worried about the views. Resist the temptation to switch to external view. Right, let's do it all inside then. Oh, that sound is epic though. You know what? I'm just going to start the replay whilst we're on full power here. Because it would be nice to sign out on a replay. I haven't tried it at all with the add-on, so I don't know if it works. Hold on. I've got to find the flipping folder first. Replay, there we go. Flight recorder. Right, I'm loading flight recorder. This might make it crash. Right, I've pressed record. Okay, it's recording. Fingers crossed this looks good. Right, let's go. Live weather. Got my right rudder on here. God, it's accelerating so much quicker now. I've taken 30 tons off. Look at the performance. Now it's empty. Oh, that's 170 knots. Oh, a bit low on speed. Ooh, come on. Hold on. Oh god, guys, I've got to do a little bit of a loss of control situation there for a second. all good. Yeah, I was a bit concerned I got a bit low on speed. I think I might have stalled slightly. It's all good. Right, do not go. I went to so many external views though when I flew down and tested it. UPRT refresher, almost Joshua. I had it was stalled, so I just put full nose down, but very little happened. Right, airport's down there somewhere. Only doing 200 knots. Sim does look epic. Look at that rain ahead. I want to look outside, but I don't want to cause any issues. Yeah, I was expecting a close view of the water there for a second as well. Right, we'll use the chutes as well. If you move these switches down after touchdown, the chutes will go. Parachute. Oh yeah, it's not the best visibility, is it? So we're going to land, not on that runway. Or is that the runway? No, that's the other runway. What we're landing on is sort of there. Yeah, I didn't, Steve. I didn't have all the overlays. I did have a couple of crashes though of the sim, and I do usually have a lot of stuff. All my stuff when I'm streaming, it wasn't running. I don't think it's overlay related. It's definitely Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right, I'm going to keep it around 170 knots here for the turn onto base. Unfortunately, Toby eye track is all reset because of low back in the sim. It's not the best aircraft to do a visual circuit in. It's very tricky for the visibility. Flipping heck, yeah. This is the worst circuit you'll ever see. I've left the gear down as well. Looks like it's about to rain. That looks incredibly realistic. Because I've gone quite slow, probably a little bit too tight. Where's over there? Yeah, this is where Toby Eye Tracker really comes in on its own. That is the worst circuit I've ever done. Anyway, gears down. We've got 3 green. We use the speed brake over the threshold as well. I think just over the threshold you fully extend them. We'll come over at 150 knots. I know it's at 130, I just don't want to risk stalling. Yeah, Toby Eye Tracker is great for this sort of stuff. Right, let's maintain that 150. We've got 1 notch of speed brake out. A little bit fast. Fully extended the speed brake now. I'd rather... it makes a big difference, doesn't it? A little bit of a crosswind here. No pappies or varsies. Picture looks good though. Let's keep the runway there. A bit slow. No, that's right. 140 the threshold's fine. Nice. I'll take that. Yes! Oh, full right rudder. Turning off Toby Eye Tracker. And if I look outside now, please don't crash. Where's my chute? We'll take that after today. Amazing. Welcome to RAF Lossiemouth. We've sort of did it from A to B. I haven't touched the brakes yet. A little bit off centre line on the touchdown, but yeah, I've got quite a good crosswind here. I don't know what the actual wind is. Hopefully the replay will work. I don't know if we'll get the parachute animations on the replay. It automatically comes off at a certain speed, I think. There it goes. Very, very cool. Right then, A to B via C and D. Yeah, there were a few respawns here and there as well. Epic. Very, very nice. Right, I'm unfamiliar with Lossiemouth, so what we'll do, we'll take a left turn on Delta 6. We'll go to Delta towards the strategic facility. I need to go into the wash bay because I'm a little sweaty. Let's go left here. Epic. We'll follow the checklist to do the shutdown as well. A little bit of understeering. Microsoft Flight Simulator start. C and D stands for crash and destroy. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Epic add-on. Very happy with it. Yes, I hope well, I don't think I'm going to find the root cause of the issues I had today. What on earth is that? I've never seen that vehicle in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's a tug being driven by no one. Did you jettison? No, it jettisons automatically in the drogue chute. It's probably still on the runway somewhere. I think the animation disappears once it's released. Don't forget a near impromptu stalemate kill loss. What are you on about? I knew. I was just fooling you all, guys. Amazing. Got shells here to deliver some fuel, which we definitely need. So we'll do a giveaway copy of this aircraft as well. I'll be curious to hear if anyone has had issues with the aircraft or crashes. I don't think it's related to the aircraft, because I have had issues in other ones too. There we are. Right. Let's set the parking brake and let's have a little quick browse of the shutdown checklist. Oh, look at it. Airfield recovery checks. What's that for? Is that if you've landed? Pre-landing, after landing. Wow, I've got to do all of this. I'm just going to go straight to the shutdown checks, guys, first. So parking brake set, auxiliary rudder stop, all PFC lights on. So I don't know if you have to press. Do you have to press every single one of them? I'm not so sure, but I'll turn them off. I hope this replay still works after this. Bomb doors as required. Engine master switch to off. There we are, off. Landing lights we then retract. Retract, DI switch low, entrance door open. Where is the switch for that? Oh, I think it's here, look. Gonna get louder as well. Turn the engines off. How do I get those to a cockpit position? I'll be honest, there we go. Sounds out this well, doesn't it? That will do. We'll leave it there, guys. God, when they spawn down, they sounds like an animal, doesn't it? What a beast! What a beast! Race the fuel truck as you do. I was tempted. I was tempted to, but not today. Not today. You can see the news headlines already. Airline pilot nearly lands at wrong airport. First line article on Microsoft Flight Sim. Brilliant. No, I was just having you on. Yeah. Robert, lovely captain. RAF Finley to RAF Lossiemouth. Yes, albeit via quitting the sim and coming back in, but it would have been great if we managed to complete the flight in full. Never mind. Never mind. Don't forget the visiting. That's brilliant. Yeah, landing was pretty good. I'll take it. I'll take it. Right, anyway, let's do this little giveaway then. Crash was not a great stream. Thanks, Steve. Might as well open the doors to the engineers. Yes, they might need to look at the aeroplane. Well, we didn't. Well, that circuit became a bit of a cropper. But we managed to sort it out. Right, let me set up Nightbot for a little giveaway, guys. So the prize is for a voucher to purchase the aircraft from JustFlight. So if you're the winner, get in contact with me via Twitter, aka X, or Instagram. They're the only forms of social media you can contact me directly via. If you don't have social media, no problem. You can drop me an email at flightdecktosim@gmail.com. That email address is on my YouTube page on the About section. YouTube's changed everything recently, all the layouts and designs of everything. So I think the About page is on the home screen now. So I'll get that all set up here in the background. Just contact me either way, and I'll get that organised as well. I just request that you show me your Google sign out page with your username. I'll take a picture of your user logo for Google. Right, so giveaways. Keyword, yes. Anti-spam protection enabled. Please only put the correct answer in once, not more than once. Please type in chat, lowercase or uppercase of Vulcan. It begins with V and N. Well, I'll tell you what it is. Vulcan, VULCAN in chat. You can use uppercase, lowercase, it does not matter. It'll get you to enter automatically. That has been enabled. I'll let it run for a couple of minutes. Dave Connell, you've got it right. Greg Scott, you've got it right. Pierre Burton, JKL, that's it. You're all being entered into the giveaway. Then Nightbot will randomly choose one of you as the winner. 2 tons, I saw that amongst all those comments. CTD. as mentioned earlier in the stream, the aircraft is now available today to purchase. $27.99, very reasonably priced for you get a lot of aeroplane. And like you said, the checklist, we went into quite a bit of detail pre-flight, and then shut down. I've skipped half of it just because it just shut down here as well. But an epic aircraft, you know, you can use it to fly low level like we did today, explore your scenery. You could use it high level and high Mach numbers to do some long flights as well. I think there's some fixes to be made. I think fuel burn, I think it's burning a bit more fuel than it should be doing. They certainly mentioned that in the early access build that they sent over. Whether that's been rectified for this release version, I'm not so sure. But it is a mega add-on. The information you need is in the video description below with the linked products. Again, I do apologise for the inconsistency in the performance of my simulator this evening. I've not had an issue like that for a very, very long time. But as many of you have mentioned in chat, I've also experienced in the last month or so more issues with crashing in Microsoft Flight Simulator. X-Plane crashes on replays, Microsoft Flight Simulator crashing in the menu. I've had it on the world map, I've had it on sectors testing the PMTG. I've been very lucky in streams. It's never seemed to have surfaced itself, but I'll do a bit of investigating, see if I can find out any issues there. It does look like a fantastic aeroplane. I know I've left the anti-collision light on as well. I'll stop the replay. I have no idea if it will work properly. I've never tried it in the Vulcan. Might have to restart the engines or something first. Domino Boasted, X-Plane 12 World replay is working for you. Oh, excellent. I'm not. It's okay in certain aircraft, not great in others. I think the fly factor just crashes. But the mod, I think we had no issues last time. Perfect. So, looks like I had enough people enter now. Lots of people have typed in Vulcan in chat. I'll roll it. It should come up in Nightbot with the winner in chat. So here we go. Oh, I need to get my quiz winner jingle ready. There we are. Sign into my soundboard. Thank you. Oh, Chrome needs my pin. There we are. I found it. So, the winner of the Vulcan giveaway is Adam Kapek. Adam Kapek, a regular subscriber. He's not even a member. Adam Kapek. I can never remember what that symbol is above the C there. Wherever you are, congratulations, you have won a copy of the JustFlight Avro Vulcan. If you could get in contact with me via social media, you can find me on Twitter or Instagram. You can DM me there. Show me your logout screen with your name there, and we'll get a JustFlight voucher for the Vulcan sent out to you as soon as possible. He hasn't even said a single thing in chat, but he's obviously flabbergasted with the fact he's won something. Thank you, Adam. Excellent. If he doesn't come back, we'll re-roll it another day. But it is yours, Adam, wherever you are. Well done. Anyway, yes, there we go. All done for the day. Let's do a little replay. Again, I have no clue if this will work. I've not tried it yet. I wasn't planning on doing a replay. The idea is I'll shut down on stand and call it a day, but seeing we've had multiple flights in the sim today, I thought it'd be best to try the replay. Anyway, let's have a look here. Give me 2 seconds whilst I get things set up. In fact, what I might just do is jump into the cockpit and start the engines quickly. If I press ready for takeoff.
Ready for takeoff selected.
Just turn the sim down here for a second. So that's going to get everything started. And then we'll go straight to the replay. And that should help. Just turn the sim down slightly whilst it all spools up. We've had some fun with the sounds on this thing though. It's epic. Welcome. Thanks for subscribing there, Patrick R. Welcome aboard, buddy. You think how old these engines are as well. These designed 70, 80 years ago. Oh, hello Adam, just spent your whole stream going for ATPL questions for performance. What a day. Well, welcome aboard, Adam. Enjoy your Vulcan. I'm sure it will help with your studies. Will probably be a distraction. Right. Let's try. Right, we're on the runway. Right, seems to be working. Okay. I don't know if we'll get the parachute things. Looking good. control certain things. So that's fine. It is crazy crimson ghost, isn't it? Yeah, the replay's working well. It's doing all the power inputs and everything. Oh, Adam's joined us a member as well. Thank you very much for the support, buddy. Members only Discord for you. Hope you enjoyed the customers and chat as well. Thank you. You can contact me via Discord. You'll get my sorted. Cheers, buddy. Let's have a look at it then. Yeah, a bit firm. Yeah, I was a bit late with the rudder though. Ooh, that was a very late correction. Looks so unworldly for this angle. Very cool. That's such a sick angle, look at that. Do one more from there, guys. Excuse me. How many wheels do you want, Vulcan? Yes. That's a superb angle, isn't it? It's just such a good looking aeroplane as well. Yeah, unfortunately the shoot looks like it doesn't work with the replay. Got his engines tucked away in there as well. Those are inlet guide vanes, they're not meant to be spinning before anyone says anything. What an awesome machine. Right then guys, what I'll do, I'll pop you in here. I'll put myself on base leg so you can enjoy the view from in here because I don't have any cool exterior or internal views. If you do like that, you can see the runway as well. Right then, let's pop you here, sort of on base leg. Let's go from there. Probably a little bit further back. There we go. Right then guys, well thank you very much for tuning in to another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Once again, thank you very much for your patience whilst I dealt with those Microsoft Flight Simulator issues. I don't think it's down to the aircraft. I'm very confident it's not the fact. It's down to the aircraft as well because I've had experience with the issues on the plane. But it's a heck of an add-on to try out anyway. It's available now, as I said, $27.99 in sterling, very reasonable price. So thank you to JustFlight for sending me out a copy. Well done to Adam for winning a copy as well. I hope you enjoyed the stream, guys. I know it's a little bit different to the usual, but it's so much fun. We'll definitely fly the Vulcan again one day in the future. Thank you to all those that donated, to all the subscribers, all the members for your continued support, and all the subscribers for paying attention in my streams and giving me a thumbs up and subscription as well. Helps out the channel a lot. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I'll see you on another live stream very soon. Cheerio.